Great combination, Jim, of being able to pass it and shoot it, and so is Mo.
Carlos Boozer at the top, shot clock at 10. Okora, fine perimeter shooter. He thumps this one. Bogut has it. Patterson drives, kicks. Villanueva almost got the bounce. Ball was kicked. The shot clock will remain at 18.
The Bucks, knowing they want and need to be very aggressive tonight at both ends, Jim. When you play against a good defensive team like Utah in the half court, they can really extend their defense. They're long and they challenge.
Bogut goes up to get the rebound. He stepped in front of Mehmet Okur. Bogut squares up, swing hold. Now the move. Pretty good double down that time by Williams.
He's an intelligent player, Jim. He's quick enough. He's a good point.
Carlos Boozer.
And Williams with his first assist on the transition.
Penetration, kick out, Mo Williams. Too strong on the three. Okora rebounding for the Jazz. What kind of a pace should we expect from Utah as they run this time down?
Well, typically you would say more of a half-court team, Jim. Not so far.
Andrei Kirilenko, contact with Villanueva, his first foul.
Kirilenko is an excellent defender, a great shot blocker. He will challenge on the shots. He's very long in terms of body and his arms. So if he is around you and you have a shot look, you better be aware of it and get it off.
Kirilenko, one of the game's premier shot blockers. He comes out on red that time. Okora clearing, and here comes Darren Williams. Great pass. Kirilenko underneath.
And you got to run with Kirilenko and stay with him, Jim. Darren Williams was patient, let it set up, got the right angle, and nailed it.
Kirilenko on the scoreboard. The Jazz out to a 5-point lead early, 9-4. Patterson loses the dribble.
Just lost it.
They trade turnovers. 8:43 remaining in the opening period.
And we're seeing Utah demonstrate the fact so far that they are going to run.
Michael Redd. C.J. Miles, second-year player, came to the league out of a Texas high school. He gives up to Darren Williams. Long three-pointer. Back down by Mo Williams. Darren Williams, some kind of a player.
No kidding. You know, Jim, when I saw him in college, the little bit I saw him, I knew he was a great same thing from the very start.
Okura dumps it in. Boozer. Kirilenko on the reset.
Kirilenko length coming through. No rim, clock running.
No reset on the shot clock. Didn't hit anything. This time they get a 24. Boozer. Ball loose. Karolinko from Boozer. Nobody home for the pass. He walks.
Great hustle by Boozer. Great hustle. But the Bucks can't give up these reloads to this team, Jim. They're already shooting well and getting good shots.
Beautiful pass. Durrell right. And Wade goes back door.
Right wing for Karolinko. He drives on Mike Miller, feeds underneath for Harpring. Great pass, and Harpring lays it in.
Inside, misses it. Oh, and Villanueva over lead. Miller, the loose ball, takes on Curry, has his way, and a foul.
Back at the Bradley Center, Utah leading 11-6. Street Life rocking out tonight. Good crowd in the house on this Saturday night. The Bucks have hosted 3 teams this season, all from the West. And they have yet to see a player bring it on like Darren Williams has at the start of this game, John.
In every area, Jim. Scoring, assisting, stealing, leading the fast break. He may have a mega game if he's off like this for the full time that he may play, perhaps 40 minutes.
Ruben Patterson drives to score using the glass. Oh, Williams is quick. C.J. Miles. 8 players on this Jazz roster have 2 years or less of NBA experience.
And what about the transitioning basketball? I mean, this team is clicking.
Bogut stays with it. Think about what I just said. 8 with 2 years or less, and they still play Sloan-style basketball.
Well, I think he gets players that play it, and he teaches it to them rapidly.
I guess you do it or you don't play. Boozer inside.
Gee, what a novel idea.
A rattle out for Bogut. Villanueva there. And Okur able to clear.
Thing is, Jim, when you go inside on these guys, that front line is so long, they're going to challenge. If they don't get blocks, they can get alters.
Carlos Boozer powers inside.
Ball movement. Got to block the cuts. You got to better D this team up and work hard at it the way they're playing now, Jim.
In 7 games, we have seen several teams bring it, but none more than Chicago and this Utah team.
That's correct. Chicago did it right out of the block, so is Utah.
Charlie Villanueva picks up his first foul. Brian Skinner and Dan Godzarich will come in off the bench. Villanueva and Bogut to sit with 5:06 remaining in the first.
This is one of those you believe if you can withstand this surge, you may be in good shape. A lot of games, however.
Milwaukee down 7. Darren Williams in traffic. Karolinko from the weak side.
Look how they come to the glass, Jim. That means all the Bucks have to do the same. Now, why can Karolinko curl and get in there. They each have had a couple of taps on that, even though they haven't missed much. They've had offensive taps.
John, I was talking with Terry Stotts before the game, and we were talking about playing hard, effort, and he said that in his mind, playing hard is a talent. It's a skill. It's part of this game. It's like shooting. It's like playing defense. You have to learn how to do it to the point where you control it every night.
So it makes it a skill?
Well, it's like repetition in anything that you do. You teach yourself to bring it every night. George Karl always said that also.
Well, it's interesting to me, too, though. If you're not used to bringing it every night and you come to the NBA and decide not going to start to bring it every night, you got a problem. Because you can't just tune it up here and be better like you can in college.
Patterson has 6. He's 3 for 3.
And you've heard me, of course. I personally cannot relate to not bringing it every night. I mean, I just didn't play that way. I can't relate to it. It's just not part of my understanding how hard that can be.
Well, some nights you bring it and it doesn't work. Carlos Boozer inside.
That's a different subject. I mean, but bringing it and trying to bring the effort should always be there. Some nights you just don't accomplish as much with the effort as you do other nights.
Maybe the skill and the talent comes in learning how to play just a little better than your opponent on every given night, no matter what that means.
Great job by Michael Jimley. Give him the ball and post up. And as you know, he can shake and bake, and he's one of those guys that can corkscrew and shoot the ball effectively on the finish. That's what might give him a three-point play out of this.
First foul on C.J. Miles.
Well, the other thing that we've all learned in life, that some people's thinking that they're giving everything, and I don't mean just in sports, in anything, is different than what other people's. The yardsticks change.
Bucks basketball is presented by Miller Lite. For great taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, always a good call. Three-point play, 5 for Red. A little over 3 minutes in the first quarter. A deflection off the arm of Godzarich, out of bounds with 17 on the timer.
Short pass to Ilgauskas, left lane handoff to LeBron, and he dumps to the right hand.
Twisting his way through the lane.
Let's go. Keep playing hard.
James, how pretty is that?
Vince Carter saw the opening. Talk about large.
They get it to Hamilton. He gets a clean look and buries it. Unbelievable.
Carlos Boozer, the leading scorer and rebounder for Utah. He's been in the mix. Everybody's gotten into it early.
And Jim, Boozer, for his size, is a very, very active guy also. He's quite mobile, but he's got those moves in the paint. He's got those moves around the basket, yet he can face up. And the guy weighs 266 pounds.
C.J. Miles has 4. He's a left-handed shooter. Derek Fisher on the foul, reach around. Landis Poole makes the call.
And Fisher's a good defender on the ball. He'll hawk the ball. He'll try to play the ball just like in that situation. However, he gets the reaching call.
Derek Fisher is the new president of the NBA Players Association. The votes aren't all in, but that formality will put him at the top of that association. He replaces Antonio Davis.
That's an important, big job, and some guys have given it more time than others over the years.
Oh, what a block shot. Skinner just stone cold stuffs Carlos Boozer. Red for Gadzarich. And then Dan commits the foul, his second.
That happens a lot to players when they miss a bunny or an easy shot for them. Look at that. At the pinnacle, sometimes that's hard to do on a power play like that and not foul the guy. At the other end, very often when you miss a bunny or what you would consider an easy shot and then go for it to get it back, that's when you get that personal foul. You're trying to kind of make up for the miss, if you will.
Paul Millsap, a rookie from Louisiana Tech, on the floor. The Jazz go inside to Okur. Millsap crashes. Gadzarich has 3 fouls now.
And what happened there, Jim, on the penetration, whoever penetrates, whether it's a guard or a forward, it brings who's ever on the baseline or in the paint, defenders, it brings them to that penetration. If there's a miss like there was in that situation, the weak side's open for the rebound.
They're 2 of the hottest shows on Sunday nights. Don't miss the excitement of Cold Squad and Stone Undercover tomorrow night, starting at 7, right here on Milwaukee's new My 24. Paul Millsap, 6'8", 258. Kind of an undersized 4-man in the league, but he's young and he can run a little bit. 1 point for him. Utah up 26-17. That's off a foot. Shot clock will be reset from 11 to 14.
This is a defensive team that plays well on the ball, and yet they give good team help also.
Bogut sets the high screen, rolls under the basket, now posts up against Okur. Red takes it in and draws the foul. The Bucks wanted a goaltend.
It was hit on the way up, though, Jim. I can understand that, but it was not a goaltend.
Derek Fisher commits his second foul.
Michael's quickness has been able to get him inside a few times. Post up, show it, go to it, and look at all the defensive hands coming at him. Plus, Utah is a good team at challenging jump shooters, and you've heard me talk about that a lot from the beginning of the season. If the Bucks will just challenge every shot on the perimeter and go at it with extended arm, you're going to bring some shooting percentages down by the other team.
Seven for Michael Red. The Bucks trail by 7. Millsap looking. Steve Blake comes out to defend on Derek Fisher. He's picked off the play by Okur. Millsap around the basket. He draws the foul. Andrew Bogut.
Now Fisher made that happen. The Bucks try to squeeze him off of the screen, but he splits the defenders. When the big man comes up, very often the point guard will split the defenders. When he splits, he's got a direct line at the basket right down the boulevard.
The Bucks will be home a week from tonight. You can always log on at Bucks.com or purchase tickets by calling 1-800-4NBA-TIX. Three points for Paul Millsap. Ryan Skinner. Field goal percentage still a problem. Utah at 50, the Bucks at 41. Millsap inside, he has 5 points. John, he's referred to as an old school type player. So he's in a good spot out in Utah.
Well, no kidding. playing for Sloan, of course. Now that was Williams' penetration. Two guys play him, leaving one open.
Okur clearing the miss. Bogut battling. He gets it to Red.
That's a hustle play, Jim. A hustle play gets the Bucks a basket.
Great intensity in the opening period, closing seconds. Darren Williams with a 9-point opening quarter, leading Utah to a 32-23 lead.
The first ever
game for the women's NBA.
Teresa Weatherspoon at the buzzer, a three.
The Houston Comets have won their 4th straight.
And the first appearance by Edna Campbell.
Am I watching a game or am I watching a highlight film?
She does it for the first time in WNBA history. Now the back-to-back is yours. Congratulations.
Oh my! Deanna Nolan.
Oh, it's good, and we got a ball game. That right there, everyone, personifies what the WNBA is all about.
That is just all-star delivery.
So gave it up to LeBron James who rocked that rim.
Wait.
A 360 to the basket.
Yes, sir! That's what all-star players do. The more you see this guy, the more you fall in love with him.
Driving in traffic, fouled, and he scores.
How pretty is that?
Oh, did he lift that? Are you kidding me? They're on their feet after that goal right there.
Hi, I'm Andre.
And I'm Marsha Kirilenko. HIV and AIDS is a cruel reality that affects millions of people around the world.
Abstinence, safe sex, practicing monogamy, and saying no to drugs are intelligent decisions that can stop the spread of this deadly disease.
Together, we must learn to protect ourselves and others from HIV and AIDS.
Because your knowledge is the best protection.
All right, that's enough of that. Back to basketball.
Let's go. Dick Enberg was inducted with me, and he was there last night and today also.
Well, they had to have one big timer go in.
Boy, I am too good at these setups. On me.
How many Halls of Fame is that for you now? You are in the Wisconsin Sports Hall of Fame.
That's
Steve Blake.
I like to see Steve make that shot. Well, I'm in 4 in 2 states, the Wisconsin Sports Hall of Fame and the Wisconsin Coaches Hall of Fame as a friend of basketball, the Indiana State and Indiana University. And those are all wonderful. I think my number being up here is my best one, but the bobblehead's the big one.
That is absolutely the biggest.
The bobblehead is the big one.
7 points for Paul Millsap. Also one of the top 50 players in Indiana basketball history.
That's a big thrill too, Jim. Thank you. You know, it's interesting. I was down there and I was back, you know, where I grew up and going to Indiana and being all involved in a great school I went to. But it all made me realize how much of a Wisconsin Bucks guy I am. I mean, it really did. It made me realize that this is where I really made it as a player in my life. Also, as a human being, it brought it all home.
Well, I would suggest it's still a work in progress. Matt Harpring powers in for 2 and draws the foul.
We hope so. And you hope so because you're with me. We're together every day out there on the road. Look at Harpring, Jim. That's what he does. He is one of the most active guys in the league off the ball. They don't run plays for him. He just goes and gets it.
I don't think you're done being a human being yet, are you?
Well, once in a while, it gets... No, of course not.
Trust me, you have a ways to go.
And I'll keep looking back at you.
Yes, I hear that.
Good.
There's that hustle by Harpring.
Are you gaining on me is the question.
He will.
What's Satchel say? Don't look back. They'll be gaining on you.
You're the hare, I'm the tortoise. You know who wins.
Keep coming.
Darren Williams. High Glasser, but a foul. Steve Blake.
Boy, did a good job, Jim, of trying to stay in front of Williams. But Darren Williams is a package. You know, for his size, too, he's strong. He's well built, and yet he has that quickness that he can get inside. He handles the ball very well. He's 6'3", 205.
Now, when you go into those halls of fame, do they expect donations after that?
Well, nothing came up today.
The request is in the mail, right?
I get continual mailings, of course.
Visit the Bucs Center Court kiosk at Mayfair Mall. You can check out all of the new logo merchandise, jerseys, shirts, sweatshirts, hats, everything you need. Located on the second floor, right near the elevator and the food court. Stop by, it's a great setup. Just in time for the holidays. Turnover, Darren Williams.
When you turn it over on top in this game, you've really got a problem to overcome, because this team does enough in terms of just forcing you into difficult shots.
The Jazz up by 16. The Bucs were in this hole last night in Washington. Down 16 in the second quarter. 9:29 remaining in the period. Terry Stotts forced into a timeout.
It's game time. Are you ready?
Oh, Bobby Jackson, what a shot.
Pass comes into Turkoglu. He fires out of the corner.
It's gone. That's the buzzer. Dwight Crawford lets it go for three.
Pierce off the bounce in the paint. Back to Delonte for the game. Yes! Delonte wins at the buzzer.
Michael Redd inside, misses it. Oh, and done away from Overleaf.
Miller, the loose ball, takes on Curry, has his way, and a foul.
Beautiful pass. Darrell Wright. The Wade goes back door.
Right wing for Kirilenko. He drives on Mike Miller, feeds underneath for Harpring. Great pass, and Harpring lays it in.
This 22nd timeout presented by Elite Fitness, the official fitness and racket club of the Milwaukee Bucks and their families.
I don't mean to beat this to death, but I spoke with Enberg a lot yesterday and today. We talked, 90% of our discussion was about Al McGuire and John Wooden. Just different stories and different things, because Enberg worked for and with both, talked about the men they were, the national heroes they were, and yet completely different. They're night and day in terms of the way they approach things. But he has some great stories.
Under 8.5 to play in the second quarter. Steve Blake, three-pointer. Blake is 1 out of 15 now on threes. He's searching for it. He'll get there, but right now he can't find a three.
And Jim, I'm really feeling badly for Terry Stotts. He's trying to find a combination. He's trying to find something that'll get it going. And in the meantime, the Jazz are just performing perfectly. They're executing. That was a two-man screen, wide open jumper, and they're making everything.
Another turnover. Darren Williams finds Harpring. And now Fisher. Three-pointer. Two Jazz get to the ball. Harpring with the rebound. Utah's lead is 20. Under 10 on the shot clock. Blake ahead for Patterson. Derek Fisher back. Good feed. And another empty trip on a great defensive play.
That was phenomenal, because Villanueva is a ton when he gets inside like that going to the basket.
Ruben Patterson called for the block. Harpring takes him out.
Wow. Watch this. Spin, give it up. How about the hustle? Before Charlie V could get all the way extended, Jim, the block occurred, it was over.
Paul Millsap with that defensive gem.
At first I thought it was Harpering in live action.
Andrei Kirilenko replaces Derek Fisher. Jaron Collins on the floor for the Jazz. Harpering. And Kirilenko fouled by Bogut.
Now see, Kirilenko, Jim, that's just hustle. He beats the block out, gets around Charlie V. He's in position in the pop-up zone, gets the putback and the foul. Hustle got him a play and to the line. Harpering on the squeeze or on the curl, completely misses, and very often when there's a near air ball, let's say rim air ball, it benefits the offensive team.
Bogut has 2 fouls. Ersan Ilyasova checks in. The Bucks are home a week from tonight. Indiana will be here. Log on at bucks.com to purchase tickets. And you can always call 1-800-4NBA-TIX. A couple of road games this week. Tuesday in Atlanta, Wednesday in New Jersey, and then back home with Indiana Saturday. Utah has a 14-0 run going.
It's kind of shocking. It's occurred so easily, and they just have been flawless at both ends.
Millsap has another rebound. The Jazz doubling up the Bucks on the boards, 22-11.
Well, they've had a lot more defensive rebounds to get because they're not missing and they're forcing misses. And again, we're seeing that differential rise versus field goal offense versus field goal defense percentage.
The Bucks have not scored in over 5 minutes. Utah hitting 56% of its shots. 20 out of 36. Milwaukee at 37%. Yet another Utah rebound.
And Kirilenko with one of his blocks. He will get at least 2 to 3 a game, Jim, and he will get that many alters, if not more.
The amazing thing about Kirilenko, he played 69 games last season and led the NBA with 220 block shots.
Remarkable. That's right. It's not just his length, it's his timing.
Darren Williams commits the foul. 5:46 remaining in the quarter. A timeout. We're under 6 minutes. It's an automatic timeout. The lead is 23 for Utah.
Short pass to Ilgauskas, left away, handoff to LeBron, and he dumps to the right hand.
Twisting his way through the lane.
Basketball fans, what's your favorite game?
Oh, what a play!
Put a fan favorite on NBA.com Global and cast your vote for the game you want to see.
Oh, my!
You're a fan. What's your favorite?
Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win it!
Choose from one of 4 available games.
Log on and vote.
Control the action. Play fan favorite on NBA.com Global.
It was a 10-point Spurs lead. Barkley picks and rolls and scores. Robinson on Barkley. It's his game to win, or we go to overtime. Barkley, 20-footer, yes! Charles Barkley with an MVP jump shot. And the Suns have won the Western Conference semifinal 4 games to 2.
Underneath, Parker. What a shot! Get out of town!
Oh, Ginobili crossover move. Oh, Crawford, what moves he shows.
Now that is a highlight play there.
the Diesel. Pants just flying through the air.
Richardson puts it down.
The steal by Iverson. He wins the game. He won the game.
In their last two games, the Bucks have faced large first-half deficits. They have come out strongly in the third quarter in both cases.
But that's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a problem.
Yeah. You get too deep, it's too hard to come out.
They have played exceedingly well in the third quarters against Houston on Wednesday and Washington last night. Andrei Kirilenko picks up his second foul and gets up slowly.
Probably turned his ankle. Now, Jim, last year and the year before, he had some problem with a foot or an ankle. Was it an ankle? I just don't recall, but it may be a similar situation.
Tangle up with Ersan Ilyasova. Kirilenko from Russia, Ilyasova from Turkey, but he speaks fluent Russian. Ersan can talk to him as they
yes, that's right.
hit the deck together.
Well, it shows you how, even though that comes back to the Bucks, how they will, boy, he's hurting, how they will go after the ball. They are relentless.
You can take part in the Miller Lite fourth quarter shootout. Send your postcard to 1001 North 4th Street in Milwaukee, 53203. Have a chance to win some great prizes in the fourth quarter of our Bucks televised games on the Bucks television network. For great taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, always a good call. Harpering. Too much on the screen.
Well, Matt Harpering hasn't seen a screen. He prefers to go around. And when he takes you down, he's going to make it a good one.
You know, that's one of the things about Utah, John. Their bigs will drop on the pick and roll situation. They let the guards go through, and it kind of forces teams into thinking they can hit outside shots. Boston tried to beat them from the perimeter and could not last night. Inside, it's Ruben Patterson.
It'll work if you make your jumpers. Nice play. Ruben hustled into the paint off ball.
Boston was in the 50% range and lost the game.
Well, that's because even though they're shooting 50, you know what this team's doing in terms of going the other way. And you wonder, I didn't see that game. Did Boston shoot 50 where a lot of them, their jump shots, did they maybe get more in the paint and less pushed outside?
The Bucks went 6 minutes and 32 seconds between scores in this quarter. Michael Redd takes it in nicely. 11 for Michael. Darren Williams has 18 points. I thought he had a good game last night in Boston with 26 and 14 dishes. He's already at 18. Harpering has 7.
Excellent pass. Harpering was open on the baseline just long enough to make it a beat. 1-2, but not a 3-second violation.
Well, this new Bucks 4 looks great on television, doesn't it?
Doesn't that look great? And you know, even though it just aesthetically looks good, Jim, you're very clear when there's a three-point shot now.
Ruben Patterson, yes. He has a nice stroke from that distance.
He does, Jim. He's a good middle-range shooter. Mo finds him because he draws their attention. As I said earlier, they will challenge shots.
Ruben has 10 points tonight. Utah's lead at 22. It has been as high as 24. Carlos Boozer, high glasser. Ilyasova controlled it for a moment.
That isn't long enough.
Paul Millsap takes it away and turns it into a deuce. .55-31 with 3:23 remaining.
Harper and Jim off the ball, trying to be physical with Red, deny Red, because that's how he will play you, and that puts Michael on the line. And at this end, with Utah, you cannot assume it's safe, and I'm not saying Kirilenko or Ilyasova was, but they will stay with it. They will attack the ball.
Derek Fisher returns for Matt Harpring. Don't miss America's most dysfunctional family. Bart, Homer, and the rest of the gang can be seen twice a night. Catch side-splitting episodes of The Simpsons weeknights at 6 and 10 on Milwaukee's new My 24. Oh, Williams hounding Darren Williams. And some help. Red and now Patterson. He tiptoes down the sideline, finds Red for 3. You know, this crowd,
no,
they want to be in it. They are in it. They love that play.
They do, Jim, and that was a hustle play all the way around. It started with Mo and finished with Red from Ruben. Look at this one.
I'm telling you, down 24, this crowd is reacting like the Bucks are up 24.
They are, Jim. They just want something. Same thing against Houston the other night. Any little bit, the crowd saying, we want to be with you. The Bucks showing some spark.
That would get me going.
It's about defense, Jim. You run into 266, man. Boozer is a bruiser.
Ruben Patterson can lay a little lumber on you. That's his second foul. (55-37) Utah. The Bucks trying to come back.
Back door. Right wing for Kirilenko. He drives on Mike Miller. Feeds underneath for Harpring. Great pass, and Harpring lays it in.
Don't be lazy on your squat. Squat underneath it. Up and down. That's it.
Go ahead, turnovers. You owe me another one.
James into the red. LeBron James.
Kobe, three-pointer for the tie.
Got it! He did it again!
Oui, super!
Oh, monstro!
90s and not.
And if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball.
55-37, 2:28 remaining in the second quarter. Eric Strickland. Sherry Hansen pointed him out, former Bucks guard. Enjoying the action here tonight. Hey, we've had some action lately. How about this fast break? Ruben Patterson by himself, the steal and the stuff. The new AT&T, your world delivered. He delivers pretty nifty deuce. The AT&T Yahoo DSL fast break.
It's about defense. It's about defense, especially when you get in these big holes. And by the way, we enjoyed Eric Strickland when he was here. A lot of fun. Good guy, hard worker.
Sherry Hansen telling us he is currently with the Dallas Mavericks. On the business side.
Yeah, well, he's a businessman. Smart, hard worker.
Came out of Nebraska, the Omaha area. Bogut. Williams, what a great little dish off the floor for Andrew.
How about that, Jim? It looked like he was going to go off the floor. He does, and then he lays a hard bounce down, which comes up high for a 7-footer.
Under 2 minutes now in the second. Bucks showing some life here late in the quarter. The angle perfect. Paul Millsap receiving the pass from the veteran Derek Fisher.
Yeah, and Jim, they're finding people under the basket. The main thing is, though, they're getting open. And then the pass is made.
Millsap with 11. Mo Williams, another great feed and a foul. Derek Fisher grabs a hold of Bogut on his way up.
Yeah, Jim, the Bucks are getting something going, but they're 20 points down. They start to build back, and Utah just hangs tough. That's the problem. When you get down this deep, it takes so much to make up. You just can't have a couple of good plays, and then they score again on the beautiful lay down on penetration.
This little run will make your interview at the half with Larry Harris a little easier.
Marginally, I want to thank you for passing that one to me tonight. Well, you never have a problem talking to Larry.
Bucks beat leads us off at the half. Larry Harris will join John, and then we'll have stats and highlights. For great taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, always a good call. Nothing from the line that time. Less than a minute and a half now in the second quarter.
Now, you just take little bits. So this 122, stop them a few times, score it, get something positive going in. That helps. 3-second violation, Bucks ball, that's a stop.
Caused by good defensive rotations and help.
Exactly, Jim. They had nothing to see in that case. Now the Bucks can score here, check them another time, score again. You get a little positive momentum.
Ruben Patterson moves to the left corner. Mo Williams. And Okura rebounds. Bogut trying to hold him off to get position. Okura, a strong player under the glass.
Got two.
Bogut shows on Darren Williams. Bucks aggressively playing defense. Ersan Ilyasova commits the foul. 2 free throws coming. First foul on Ersan.
Well, see, the Bucks played him to a point. Now they missed the shot. Mo has a good look. If that went and you could stop him here and score again, you'd have a lot going. Now, look at Okura. And the two big guys squaring up. Andrew Bogut. Okura, they want to use him on the high screens in a situation like that. He's more of a pick and pop kind of player.
Okura, a good free throw shooter, makes the second one. He's on the board.
Big guy, good touch.
Took him a while. He has 1 point after the free throw. Mo Williams, sealed by Darren Williams. Another great find, and Ruben Patterson powers it home.
Now, the Bucks have scored 3 out of the last 4 possessions because Mo has penetrated each time and delivered the goods.
Oh, when Kirilenko is out of the game, the middle is often wide open against Utah, and the Bucks have had successful penetration here of late. They trail by 19.
Wow.
C.J. Miles.
Kick to the wings, and they are deadly in the first half.
Closing seconds. Second quarter, Ersan Ilyasova had to step back and try the 3.
That's an alter, therefore the miss.
Michael Red inside, misses it. Oh, and done away for Overly. Miller, the loose ball, takes on Curry, has his way, and a foul.
It's game time. Are you ready?
Hill. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Highlight film job. Blocked by Duncan and taken away by Duncan.
Red on the breakout. Catch and shoot. 3.
Yes! Michael Red, 57 points.
Fair again.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Here's Carter for the tie. Yes! At the buzzer.
Austin would like to cut this to a 1-point game. 7 minutes left. Larry Bird follows his own shot. Oh, what a play! Larry, as soon as he shot that ball, knew he missed it. He knew he missed it right. He took off right for the basket again, not being boxed off the boards. Made an incredible recovery and shot it in with his left hand. Just a great, great shot. You won't see much better moves than that anywhere. Incredible basketball.
Giannis wants to get it in quickly.
And now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ, lays it in. Right up, 1 second left. What a play by Bird. Bird stole the inbounding pass. Laid it up to DJ. DJ laid it up and in. And Boston has a 1-point lead with 1 second left. Oh my, this place is going crazy.
Short pass to Ilgauskas, left lane handoff to LeBron, and he dumps to the right hand.
Twisting his way through the lane.
Well, we'd like to see him leave a little happier. 62-41, Utah leading Milwaukee. That guy's going to leave happy. In the first 6 minutes of the second quarter, the Bucks scored 2 points. In the final 6 minutes of the period, 16. They were outscored 30-18 in the second quarter. John, the Bucks have given up 102 points in their last 3 quarters.
That's incredible, and they got to shut that down in this one, even though Williams goes right to the basket, gets all the way to the paint. The Bucks need to establish here early in the third, Jim, and turn the course of the game. Pick the momentum up.
Michael Red hand one. Well done. C.J. Miles commits the foul.
Now, see, that was executed well, because as the ball comes up, it goes to the left, which is the weak side, or the strong side with the ball, while Michael is setting up on the weak side and can just beat his man to the baseline. They're playing him for the screen. He reverses.
$18 for Michael Red. Red led at the half for the Bucks with 15. Deron Williams 18, 9 in each quarter. Red has 20.
Steals, easy baskets. You know, when you play against a good defensive team, your defense is even more important, because then you transition them and they can't dig in the half-court defense.
Michael Red with the steal. Harpring has the miss. Utah a little bit confused as to which play. You may have heard the player on the court ask, "What are we doing?" Well, they missed that time. C.J. Miles fouls Red after the miss.
Again, what do the Bucks get? They get a transition opportunity out of what? A stop at the other end. The Bucks defense on it. You get back in ball games with defense. Look at the defensive hands. You know, players in this league always try to go over the top. Sometimes if you go underneath, it's better. Over the top, turnover.
Red back on the line, fouled by C.J. Miles. He has 3 fouls. Terry Stotts talking with Ruben Patterson. It has something to do with Matt Harpring. 22 for Red. Those tough guys are battling, aren't they? Harpring and Patterson.
Surprise? No.
Harpring comes from a long line of college football stars.
He plays basketball like it's football. Go up and down.
Well, because it hit the arm of Bogut, and then Boozer converts. Carlos Boozer has 11. He averages 20.2 to lead Utah. Villanueva fouled by Boozer. Foul number 1. It is the third team foul. The Bucks have not committed a team foul in the quarter. Villanueva with 2 shots coming.
The Bucks seizing the pace a bit here, the intensity.
Villanueva 0 for 4 from the field and now 0 for 1 from the line. Scoreless in 11 minutes. Don't miss the hilarious antics of Eric, Kelso, Red, and the whole gang from Point Place. You'll have a full hour of fun. It's a flashback to the 70s with That 70s Show. Weeknights at 6:30 and 10:30 on Milwaukee's new My 24.
Charlie V just has not been in sync in the offense, hasn't had opportunities to really get it going, and you might credit Utah with that. Block.
Bo Williams looking. A fortuitous rebound to Bogut. Red cuts and loses out of bounds.
See, reload, good angles, excellent cut. He's open down the paint. Now the defender's there, but he's trailing.
Utah calls out the play. Harpring. Boozer wants it in the post. And that ball is thrown away by Harpring. Deron Williams couldn't get to it.
Just a miscue, but they've had a few of those because of the Bucks defense early in the period.
And look at the glare that brings from Jerry Sloan. They've played so well, and one mistake gets his attention. He's not going to let it pass because he knows the Bucks can strike.
That's right. And he knows he's in the NBA. He walked by me after my interviews and I said, do you want to just walk up? Every time I see him, and I haven't seen him in years, I said, you want to hit me in the chest? He goes, what do you mean? He's always acting innocent. I said, you hit me in the chest for 11 years.
Repeatedly.
That's right. And Van Leer kick you in the knees. How about Bogut? How about
Red? 3-pointer.
Got to make that one for the big guy.
27 for Red. Bogut doing a lot of work on that play. Yeah, you were basically Jerry Sloan's rented mule, weren't you?
Oh, Boozer is so good on the quick catch curl. I got him a few times now. We were pretty good then, too. Rented mule.
C.J. Miles picks up another foul, his 4th.
How about it? That's a 7-footer. And the assist. Jim, I played against Jerry Sloan the end of my senior year in high school. I was on an all-star team, a state all-star team, and he came up with a number of guys from Evansville to play a practice game against us in Huntingburg, Indiana. I had no idea who he was, and he bloodied my lip. And I thought, who is this guy? And I found out years later, 11 straight years.
Boozer drives. Villanueva got the basket finally on the other end. So he's 1 out of 5 now. Ruben Patterson picks up his 3rd foul. There's Charlie B.
Yeah, working the glass. He really has a good instinct in terms of positioning and quickness to the ball on the offensive glass.
He took that rebound away from Carlos Boozer, the 2nd best rebounder in the NBA right now at 13 a game.
And a powerful guy.
Charlie's 17th in rebounds coming in.
I want to clarify, Sloan bloodied my lip with an elbow in action, not fighting.
You wouldn't want to get into a fight with Jerry Sloan.
You'll think you were sorting pussycats and grabbed a hold of the tiger's tail.
James Capers is not going to count that basket. Boozer commits the foul. No continuation. 2 shots coming.
And number 31, Charlie.
Bucks are quite active. It's paying off and getting them to the line early. Bucks with one team foul.
They can cut it to a 12-point problem, which slices their biggest deficit in half.
And it's come up with what? Checking them, forcing turnovers, and getting transitions.
Shot clock at 10. Fisher cuts through. Deron Williams feeds the post. Carlos Boozer.
He's a ton, isn't he? He's a talent and a ton.
He has 17 points. 7 rebounds for Boozer.
Makes it look easy that way in the post up. Mo cannot find that range at this point. On the jumper, he's found it on the assist.
Ruben Patterson touched it last. He stayed with Harpring on the cut. Harpring, one of the better cutters in this league from the weak side particularly.
And in that case, it was better defense.
5 on the shot clock. Deron Williams. Rebound, Charlie Villanueva. Ruben Patterson takes Harpring down. It rolls all the way around. A 360 drop for Dew.
Yeah, the official's not going for that one, letting it play, and it was a beautiful play by Ruben, Jim. It was a power play. He is a power player, but the Bucks taking charge of this period and digging out of it. Stay with it. If you get them to miss, on a reload.
Hogan has the Harpring miss. Ruben Patterson is 8 for 9 with 16 points. Count it. Red has a free throw coming. Hey, the Bucks are storming back. They can cut it to 12 again with the free throw. That will come up after the break.
Beautiful pass. Darrell Wright. The Wade goes back door.
Right wing for Kirilenko. He drives on Mike Miller. Feeds underneath for Harpring. Great pass, and Harpring lays it in.
Misses it. Oh, and Miller away from overlead. Miller, the loose ball, takes on Curry, has his way, and a foul.
Bucks down by 12 a moment ago. Michael Redd drove to the basket, cutting it to 11. If he makes the free throw, it'll be 10, down from a 24-point deficit in the second quarter. So another solid third quarter for the third consecutive game.
Well, when you've been at those numbers, 10 looks good, but any other night you'd hate to be down by 10. But that's cutting the lead.
Michael Redd, 15 points in the third quarter on 5 of 6 field goal shooting. 4 of 4 from the line. Derek Fisher, offensive foul. Bogut takes the charge.
No question. Bogut was waiting. He could have counted. Great job. Andrew Bogut is the best position center defensively we've seen since Jack Sikma here. Will he become better? We hope so. That's position defense.
You're right. Jack used to roll him around in the back, anchor that defense. He didn't take charges quite like Andrew Bogut. He took a few, but Bogut really stands in.
Because Jack was here when he was a little older. He wasn't going to take them in.
Smarter.
Yeah.
Ball squirts away. Deron Williams. Another goaltend, or is it a foul?
Foul.
It's a foul by Ruben Patterson.
Turnovers, and that's the first one the Bucks have had in the period. That's how the Bucks got back, forcing them into the turnovers. In this case, it goes the other way.
Jerry Sloan questioning what I brought up, possible goaltend. He said it was on the board. He thought he pinned it, but he didn't.
He didn't.
He slapped it. He didn't pin it.
He didn't. But I think Jerry might be thinking it had come off the board. I don't think it had. It definitely was not a pin. If it's hit the glass and come off, then the player cannot hit it. He can't block it. It would be a goal kick.
22 for Deron Williams. Back-to-back big games for him. 26 last night in Boston.
He's a player. Deron is a player.
He had 14 assists last night, 9 tonight. That's an offensive foul. Ruben Patterson moves the screen. He has 5 fouls.
Yeah, got to get him out.
Dan Godzarich will get the call.
Returning from the box, number 50, and Godzarich.
Deron Williams' teammate at Illinois, D. Brown, wears number 11. He's on the dribble right now. Rookie point guard finding Harper.
Think about that, Jim. What are the odds they'd be on the same team? Brown and Williams. What a combination at Illinois.
Bogut to Villanueva. And Godzarich inside, drawing the foul. Jaron Collins commits the foul. His first.
I realize Brown is a point guard in the NBA, but when they played together at Illinois, he was really more of the shooter, the two in my mind, and yet he's the smaller of the two. Brown 6 feet. Deron Williams 6'3".
D. Brown played at Proviso East High School, as did Doc Rivers and Michael Finley.
It's a pretty good lineup.
Bucks basketball is presented by Miller Lite. For great taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, always a good call. 4:25 in the third. Harpering's miss, rebounded by Godzarich. Godzarich, Bogut, Villanueva, Michael Redd, and Mo Williams. With Charlie Bell about to come in. Bogut. 6 for Andrew. He also has 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Count the basket. Godzarich has 4.
Close proximity and yet make the play. Collins is a big body also. So they've got a lot of big guys they can go to. And yet they're guys that play 4 and 3 along with their guards are quick and penetrate and break it down.
If you don't think things are tightening up in this league, James Capers just told Harpering to put the drawstring back in his shorts. Usually You know, they let uniform shirts fly around. They can't do that anymore. It was a drawstring, about 1.5 inches of drawstring showing. He said, tuck it in.
I like it.
Michael Red. The rebound for D. Brown. Shot clock at 10 for Boozer.
On second thought, I'll just shoot out here. How about the depth of his game and the range of his game?
Carlos Boozer with 20 points.
We reopen up to 15, Jim. It always takes the steam out of a team that's trying to run back at you.
Down to 6 on the timer. Loose ball foul. Bogut over the back. He got too much in Boozer. That's the third on Bogut. Jim Paschke, John McLaughlin at the Bradley Center. Well, we have been corrected on a name pronunciation. We had it right, and then we switched out, and we go back to what we knew at the beginning of this game.
Well, we were told something different during the game on Williams.
Yeah, I had him as Darren Williams, and it was indicated it was Duran. And now we're told we were right the first time. I know it's Carlos Boozer.
And too much of Carlos Boozer.
22 points worth.
Yeah.
I tell you, the names in this league sometimes get away from everybody, don't they?
About
you start the game out as Darren. You're Duran during the middle of it, and you close by being called Darren again.
We've had one on our team, Godzurich.
Yeah, absolutely.
Came in as Godzurich, or Gadzurich, and that's what everybody said, and then others have used different pronunciations for it.
My favorite is in Toronto. They were joking with visiting announcers one time. They said Roger Mason. No, it's not Roger Mason. It's Roger Mason. And they fell for it for the whole game.
Did they really? Yeah. Well, it's easy anymore to fall for them. How about this? It's Andrew Bogut again taking the contact, forcing the turnover.
Harpering's third foul. I don't think I'd fall for Roger Mason.
You might.
No, I don't think so.
You might.
Roger Mason.
Roger.
Shot clock ticking. It's at 10. Red. Darren Williams with the rebound. Boozer, 24.
Boozer has a great ability to shoot with the defender right in his grill. We've seen it already 5 or 6 times tonight. And it's not necessarily a shorter man on him either.
4 unanswered after the timeout with a chance to increase. Utah up by 19. Bogut, touchdown pass. Charlie Bell for Michigan State and the Bucks.
Against Illinois on the break.
See, Bell has his first 2 tonight. Godzurich, that's number 5. So Ruben Patterson and Dan Godzurich have 5 fouls apiece.
And Jim, Darren Williams makes this happen. I mean, he is really a fine point guard. He makes this happen. He penetrates, comes off the screen, and then makes sure he gets his body into Godzurich to get the call, and then takes the ball away. That's skill.
Andrew Bogut solid tonight. Not big numbers, but with over a quarter to play, you start to think a little bit about a triple-double. He has 6 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. He's been doing a little bit of everything. He could get to 10, 10, and 10.
He could, Jim. And he's going to be sore just with the contact on the charges.
Aaron Williams and Carlos Boozer leading Utah with 24. Mo Williams, and there was contact, but the ball simply ruled out of bounds. 12 on the timer. Jaron Collins and Andrew Bogut have to be separated just to make sure nothing is going to happen on the inbound. Red was bodied up, no whistle. Ronnie Brewer goes down. Red takes it away from him. Mo Williams was there to help. Red able to draw the foul. Utah wanted to jump. Three fouls on Darren Williams.
All right, first of all, Mo Williams makes this happen, Jim. He challenges the ball, gets the spill and the turnover. Michael's all over it also.
Ryan Skinner about to come in.
Michael realizes on the pickup he's got to quickly attack, and he's so good and so deceptive in traffic.
Don't forget, if you need Bucks tickets, work through Bucks.com or call 1-800-4NBA-TIX. The next opportunity to watch great Bucks basketball and NBA basketball, the Indiana Pacers next Saturday. 32 for Michael Redd with a quarter and then some to play.
Against an outstanding defensive team. That's a charge, turnover.
Darren Williams goes in. That is his fourth foul. Jerry Sloan bounced off the bench. He didn't like that call at all. 2.1 remaining in the third quarter.
Bucks covering up nicely, though, in the paint. That's what they've been able to do in this one. And we said this earlier, they're not a shot blocking team, but they can be a position team.
Mo Williams had the line, but it was a little too strong. 86-69, a 17-point lead.
Let's go. Keep playing hard.
Wow, James, how pretty is that?
Vince Carter saw the opening. Talk about large. They get it to Hamilton. He gets a clean look and buries it. Unbelievable.
Just all-star delivery.
So gave it up to LeBron James, who rocked that rim.
Wait.
A 360 to the basket.
Yes, sir! That's what all-star players do. The more you see this guy, the more you fall in love with him.
Driving in traffic, fouled, and he scores!
How pretty is that?
Oh,
Michael Redd 17 in the third quarter, 32 for the game. He leads all scorers. Darren Williams has 24, Carlos Boozer 22.
Oh, it'd be good to see Steve get that and get off, Jim. There it is. He may go to the line, however, missed on the layup. Shooting touch hasn't been there this year. He's only shooting 17% from the field. So he needs breaks like this. He's going to produce a winner.
Gary Posda, our contestant in the fourth quarter shootout. Blake is 0 for 2 from the line this season with that miss.
He's really thinking about his shot, Jim. I mean, it's really been he was 3 for 18 coming into the game. It's really been a problem for him. So it gets to be a head game, but.
There it is, Gary Posda, our first winner this season in the fourth quarter shootout. Add a television set. Gary Posda from Oak Creek.
1 point's as good as 2 when it comes to winning the TV.
Paul Millsap gives it up for Derek Fisher. Shot clock at 6. Charlie Bell will be called for a foul. He thought he had a block. His first foul.
Well, he was all over it. Fisher, who's very crafty, did not get anything easy. He didn't get free, but he gets free on the line now because of the foul. Free twos.
Derek Fisher's brother played in the league for a time. You may remember him, late 80s. Dwayne Washington. New Jersey and the Clippers.
Yes, sure do. That's right.
Called him Pearl.
Pearl, that's right. Of course, the original Pearl is Earl the Pearl Monroe.
Red, yes, and 1.
It's just sweet, isn't it? Great touch. Now, wouldn't you think, as good a defensive team as they are, they've let him come left many times in this ball game, and he beats him again to the paint.
34 for Red. He was fouled by Ronnie Brewer.
And that's just 101 basketball.
You know that name, Ron Brewer. Ronnie's dad played with Sidney Moncrief and Marvin Delp. They were the triplets at Arkansas, taking the Razorbacks to the 1978 Final Four.
And Dad's a little bigger. Alter.
Those three were on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Michael Redd may get a cover with that kind of play. Redd tonight has 37.
Makes me think of Ohio State football, Michael. I saw Michigan today for a half play Indiana, and that Michigan-Ohio State matchup is coming up.
Redd matching his season high, 37. Charlie Bell had too much of Brewer underneath.
Brewer does a nice job, though. Clear through, stop in the pop-up zone. Now you got Charlie Seal on your back, and you're deep. Too deep. Each team with 2 team fouls. How they execute on the baseline, Jim. A very good execution team.
Brewer is bumped. Bell, 3 quick fouls in the quarter.
They run the same plays that many teams run. It's how you execute them. Defenses know, for the most part, what's coming because of scouting reports and preparation. But it doesn't mean you can shut it down. If you execute right and you set the screens and you use the screens well, the offense will most often beat the defense if you do it all.
Be sure and visit the Bucs Center Court kiosk at Mayfair Mall. You can check out all of the new logo merchandise, jerseys, shirts, sweatshirts, hats, caps, everything you need. Located on the 2nd floor near the elevator and not far from the food court. Plus, you can purchase a Bucs gift certificate for tickets or teamwear. Stop by the Center Court kiosk, Mayfair Mall. Michael Redd has 40.
Incredible. That went through so fast, the net was not ruffled.
John, he's going to get his career high in all likelihood, 43.
Yep. Against a great defensive team on a tough night for the Bucks in general. Check him here. Reloads, too many.
Paul Millsap working underneath.
They are a good rebounding team. We started the game talking about Utah as a rebounding team.
After giving 3 fouls, Charlie Bell takes one. Derek Fisher. Carlos Boozer returns. And Fisher fouls out with 9:44 remaining.
A very good pickup for that team, Jim. Fisher. All right, Bucks got something going. Don't let them get away. How about it?
He has matched his career high. Another 3 back-to-back triples for Michael Redd. 43 points.
And you know what? It doesn't feel like 43.
28 of them since the half.
It's remarkable.
Skinner says, not here.
It's about the D. The D's help the Bucks get a look at it. Look at the help. Front row, unfortunately.
Red's 43-point game previously against Washington.
That's defense, Jim. Forcing them into a difficult shot. Clock going down. The Bucks D getting the fans into it also.
Trailing by 24 in the second quarter. The Bucks have it down to 9. With 9:13 to play. Barry Stotts directs Steve Blake to the right side of the floor. Charlie Bell. Harry Stotts is livid. He thought there was a foul on the play. He got in the ear of Orlandis Poole. Bell has 4. 90-83.
Oh, man.
Stinger, Darren Williams,
those are
three-pointer.
daggers, aren't they? I mean, the crowd, if they get a miss there and the Bucks come up, the crowd will be on their feet, and that just quiets it down.
Too much time for daggers and stingers, but these are big shots.
They are, Jim. I'm very impressed with Darren Williams. I mean, he is a package.
Okur uses the glass.
Okur is a good jump shooter. He likes to pick and pop. That one he picks and rolls, but he doesn't roll to the basket. He rolls to the corner, and he can drain the jumper. They answer.
Michael Redd inside, misses it. Oh, and going away from Overly. Miller, the loose ball, takes on Curry, has his way, and a foul.
Beautiful pass. Darrell Wright. And Wade goes back door.
Right wing for Kirilenko. He drives on Mike Miller, feeds underneath for Harpring. Great pass, and Harpring lays it in.
James into the red. LeBron James.
Kobe, three-pointer for the tie.
Got it! He did it again!
Wasted there.
Oh, monstro!
9 decent knocks.
And if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball.
Don't be lazy on your squats. Squat underneath it. Up and down. That's it.
Two-way turnovers. You owe me another one.
Take him to it, Al. Take him to it, Al.
It's loud, it's wild, it's raucous, and it will certainly be very emotional.
Got the pictures, got some entertainment up in there that you can enjoy looking at these Bucks pictures, but the food's good and the access is great. It's just, makes you feel good to be in there. It's really nice to see.
Michael Redd is fouled by C.J. Miles. He wanted the continuation. Terry Stotts wanted it. Olandis Poole says no. Miles picks up his 5th foul.
And that's their 4th team foul, so he's not shooting. They've had 3 or 4 different players on him tonight, as you might expect.
Redd in heavy traffic. Terry Stotts still working the officials. He thought there was a foul on that drive. Darren Williams backs out. 8 on the shot clock. Step out of bounds by C.J. Miles.
Now, but see, the defense helps create that, Jim, because one, it makes them fiddle with it. The Bucks took away their initial offense. Plus, your defense pushes them a little further out on the court. When they catch, he's already almost on the sideline.
Matt Harpring ready to check back in. A 3-pointer for Charlie Bell.
Harpring perhaps set to come back in on Redd. His length and quickness allow him to play up on Michael.
Boozer over Skinner.
He's got that step back jumper, Jim, and I'm not sure I remember him missing it much tonight.
.26 for Carlos Boozer. He has 100 career double-doubles. He's 2 rebounds away from 101. Stiebling.
Good screen by Rubin, Jim. That frees Blake up to measure it.
.87-88. Picked off by Skinner. Ruben Patterson hounded, keeps the dribble. Redd, 3.
Ooh, everybody coming up on that one. Needed that one.
On the shot clock. For number 5, Carlos Boozer.
Incredible. He screens. The Bucks squeeze the ball. The defense steps up on Boozer. He shoots in the face of people.
Utah has not lost when they have scored 100 or more points. They sit on 99, leading by 11. Redd again. Another 3-point miss. Redd still 14 out of 27. Over 50%.
And the last 3 shots misses, and boy, if any of those fall, last 4 misses, if any of those fall, this place comes up.
Darren Williams attempts a 3.
Yeah, Okur, huh? Over the back.
Loose ball foul, Mehmet Okur. That brings a timeout with 5:12 remaining in the 4th quarter. Utah leading 99-88.
Short pass to Ilgauskas, left lane handoff to LeBron, and he dumps to the right hand.
Twisting his way through the lane.
Don't be lazy on your squat. Squat underneath it. Up and down. That's it.
Turnovers. You owe me another one.
Take him to it, Al. Take him to it, Al.
motion.
It's game time. Are you ready?
Hill. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Highlight film job. Blocked by Duncan and taken away by Duncan.
Red on the breakout. Catcher shoots three.
Yes! Michael Red, 57 points.
Helfair again.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Carter for the tie. Yes! At the buzzer.
The last player to score more than 43 points, Ray Allen, 47 against Charlotte, April 14th of 2002. Woo. So it has been a while.
Yeah, but that's a lot of points. I mean, there are guys on certain nights that can get hot and do it, but not consistently in this league, and usually not against a team like Utah that's so good defensively. The Bucks have scored 20 points on fast break points. That's good compared to 12, but they've given up 52 points to the Jazz in the paint.
Michael Red makes 43 look easy. He's really been in the flow of the offense tonight.
Yeah.
He had 15 at the half. So 28 of his points had come in the third and fourth quarters. Paul Millsap.
Millsap has the size, is able to go inside on Blake.
15 for him. The Jazz double teaming Michael Red. They're smothering it. 6 on the shot clock. Charlie Bell. Ruben Patterson pulls the rebound away from Okor.
Now, Jim, this is hustle. Okor, who's a big man, is inside of Ruben, and Ruben makes it a head game.
Ruled to be a jump.
Yeah, before Ruben went out of bounds, they called the jump.
And Ruben Patterson beats Okor to the ball. Three-pointer. Charlie Bell, short and out of bounds.
You know, the Bucks have had, what, 4 of Michael Red's shots that missed, and this one by Charlie. If any of these go, they help keep the fans into it and keep the Bucks right there.
Milwaukee 5 of 17 on three-point attempts.
Now, Ruben shows you quick jumping pays off.
Skinner with a hard foul on Harpring. Tyrone Corbin jumped up off the Utah bench, one of the assistant coaches. He was making a plea for something more than a personal foul.
Well, when he gets this deep and this open, Jim, that's why you got to make sure he doesn't get the basket. It's got to be a hard foul.
Jerry Sloan picks up the argument.
You notice, Jim, that Jerry Sloan, and not just in this game because they've been leading, is one of those coaches that throughout his career, and I think it's a lot of reasons, maybe knees, but he spends more time on the bench than anyone else other than Phil Jackson, who has bad hips and couldn't get up.
Yeah, but when you watch him and you know him, you'd like to think it's because he's in such control and has such confidence in his team that he sits.
I think there's a lot of truth in that, more than in Jackson, who really had the bad hips, and the 9-foot cherry travels around and sits on.
The throne.
Yeah. Towers above everyone.
Under 4 minutes.
I'm surprised Riley doesn't have one. Just to have one.
Charlie Bell keeps on flipping those threes. This one's good. 11 for Charlie. Okor misses the three. Boozer has the long rebound. Shot clock reset. Steve Blake, Ruben Patterson, Brian Skinner, Charlie Bell, and Michael Red. I'm telling you, it's getting a little rough out there. Harpring fouled by Bell. That's his 4th.
But you know, Jim, the way Harpering plays, he's a very physical player at the offensive end also. So if you don't play it back with him, he's going to beat you time after time. So it gets physical in return.
Utah, one of the teams in the league that basically has a no layup rule. They're going to nail you when you take it in. I say turnabout is fair play.
Yep.
The doctor is still in. Get your prescription for fun filled every night. Don't miss the Grain Plan. Frazier, weeknights at 9 on My 24.
How about Harpering when you look at him face on, Jim? How about a bigger Matt Damon, the actor?
A resemblance. Utah controlling the boards. Red, yes, and one. Michael Red has a career-high 45 with a free throw coming. Fouled by Okur.
And Jim, how about that? He runs his curl pattern. Again, Utah lets him come to his left. Remarkable. How many times they've let him beat the defender to the left. Now he takes on their biggest player, Okur, and beats him with the contact.
Andrew Bogut returns. Mo Williams to the bench.
Bucks had a 3-guard lineup in. Charlie and Michael.
46 points for Michael Red. Mike Faulkner's score sheet goes to 50. Can Red get to that number? 3 minutes remaining.
I feel it.
Harpering, 3.
They've done that all night long. Made the basket the big one each time they needed it to hold the Bucks off.
For Michael Red on another three-pointer.
Step back 3, Jim. Not everybody can shoot those. Michael's incredible with that slingshot shot he has. It's gone.
Offensive foul, Carlos Boozer.
Andrew Bogut taking the charge again. I have that for 3. Jim, at this point in the game, Utah has 19 turnovers for 26 points. That's been some Bucks defense, but they've all set it with 54% shooting.
Michael Red has 51. The last Bucks player to score 50 or more in a game, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, January 19th of 75 against Portland. He had 50. Boozer.
It's been way too much team on Utah, but a lot of Boozer, Jim. His shots are high percentage shots inside. That's his 13th field goal in the game. He is just cruising.
Michael Red has 51% of the Bucks' points. And a chance at more. What a show by Michael Red. He continues to amaze.
You know something also, Jim, anybody that would say, a skeptic that would say, well, that's the reason the Bucks lost. He had too many shots, scored too many points. It's not true. It just isn't true tonight. He had so many in the flow of this game, and more of it's going to him later because it has to go to somebody, and the guy that's scoring is Michael.
Here's the point. He let other players try to do it in the first half. He had 15, 36 when they couldn't do it.
He stepped up. The Bucks defense also stepped up to help him, especially in the third, forcing turnovers. And Michael was the benefit of some of those turnovers, steals, if you will, where the Bucks were able to outlet and give Michael the ball.
$17 out of 30. $53 points. The Bucks are down 7. Take Michael Red with the steal.
Good to see Boozer pass rather than shoot.
Red tries to buy a foul, doesn't get it. Okur bumped him. And now inside the foul. And Red hits a shot from way outside the arc that doesn't count.
Just for fun.
Unbelievable.
Everybody's in the penalty. Bucks will shoot. Ruben keeping the action going into the paint, gets the contact, makes the pass to Michael, and he throws it in for good measure.
The Bucks record for points in a game, 55. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar against Boston, December 10th, 71.
You don't want to foul them, Jim. Make them take a field goal attempt, hopefully miss, everybody rebound.
The crowd ignited. Aaron Williams, no. Rebound. Ruben Patterson. Ahead for Bogut. On the dunk and one.
Incredible.
The Bucks, with a made free throw, will have this down to 2 after trailing by 24. 39.7 seconds remaining.
And Jim, they do not have to foul. There's a differential. 39-7 and 24 on the clock. Miss. Boozer's inside. Ruben's on the trampoline. He gets it over Boozer. Outlets to a great running center. 7-foot athletic Andrew Bogut, who may go for 3. He's not a good free throw shooter. You really want this one, Jim. You really want this one because if you do stop them, you don't need a 3 coming back. You need a 2 to tie, a 3 to win. So be in there ready to rebound.
16,019 in the building. They're on their feet.
Diet, no fouls, no fouls. Diet.
It is bedlam in here. Three on the shot clock. Rebound Milwaukee. Ball lost and a push. The ball was loose. Carlos Boozer with a push for the foul with 12.1 remaining.
Jim, I thought there was a foul before the foul. Bogut, I think, may be bleeding. There was a foul before the foul. But they got the second one. Great hustle. How about the defense? Williams fiddles with it too long. The Bucks are all over him. Ball does not go out of bounds. There was the push. There was the push. To tie it right here. They will get the last shot. You see how Skinner gets out of the way. He knows he's out of bounds. If the ball touches him, it's their ball. Oh. Can you believe that after a night he's had offensively?
Well, I wanted him to get to 55. A 35-year-old Bucks record.
I know. I was here for the first one. I was in the game. But how cruel. He's had such a great night. The main reason the Bucks got back, and he misses that throw. Now you have to foul.
Michael Red has 54 points.
Michael Red inside, misses it. Oh, and done away from Overleaf. Miller, the loose ball, takes on Curry, has his way, and a foul.
Wade goes back door.
Right wing for Kirilenko. He drives on Mike Miller, feeds underneath for Harpring. Great pass, and Harpring lays it in.
play a triangle. That usually means something for Ewing. Out in Houston. Houston ducks under. Got it! With 8 tenths left. You get a look at the clock as the ball is going up. There's two. The ball dancing around. Comes down. This time Allen Houston is legit. He is the hero on a tough day. He seals the deal with 8 tenths of a second left.
Short pass to Ilgauskas, left lane handoff to LeBron, and he dumps to the right hand.
Twisting his way through the lane.
The announcement just made that Michael Redd has a career-high 54. I wonder how many fans in the building remember that Kareem holds the Bucks record with 55 points in a game just under 35 years ago, 1971. .1 remaining. Harpering will inbound. Olandis Poole wants Skinner to give Harpering a little room. Redd commits the foul against Boozer. 11.7.
Well, you had to foul right away. Now it's the foul and chase game. If he makes both, you got to have a 3 to tie. If he misses one, a 3 would win it. You only need a 2 then, so it will be interesting. But the main things, Jim, on his second free throw, make sure everyone rebounds. If he misses, you do not want them reloading.
Fans amp it up.
Missed it. Nope. I thought it was short.
I thought it was going to miss also.
I thought it was short, Jim. He really cocks it back to the side of his head.
31 points for Carlos Boozer. A mere 31 in the shadow of Michael Redd tonight with 54.
Bucks have a timeout remaining and will use it.
11.7 seconds remaining. All right, Professor, what's coming?
Well, I'm going to tell you what Utah's expecting. I mean, wouldn't you give it to Michael Redd? 54 points tonight. He's been deadly. The thing is, you got to get him behind 3. If they try to defend him too close, Jim, they might foul him. So they know that. The other weapon, if Michael's completely shut down, Charlie Bell can shoot the 3s, as you know. Mo's really struggled tonight. Redd will be first option, obviously.
Mo Williams to inbound. 11.7 seconds remaining. 111-108 Utah.
You can go with the theory. Score a quick 2 if you can get it. Foul him again. Have one more shot.
Aaron Williams tied up Redd on the breakout. Michael catches, shoots 3. Yes! Michael Redd, 57 points. A Bucks record for the tie with 6.9 remaining. Inside off the glass, 1.8. Harpering.
Incredible. Incredible. First of all, great play by Michael. The thing is, you got to match up on him. You got to pick him up. At least stop him underneath. And that's a smart play by Utah, Jim. Williams to push the ball right back at the Bucks while they try to get back as there's a 20-second timeout. That's really smart. Now watch, he clears through to the baseline. Now he'll come back. It's set. Look, screen by Bogut. Redd coming left, drains it right in the eye of the Tiger. The problem is, look at this. Nobody on the baseline. Skinner, I think it was Skinner, or it was Redd. It was Michael was the back man. He didn't cover the baseline, and he was retreating from that shot.
Well, you won't see a tougher shot to set a team record than that. He had a double team 3, 57 points, erasing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's Bucks record of 55, set about a month short of 35 years ago.
Remarkable. And you know, Jim, back then it was harder for a small man to do it than a big man like Kareem with his talent. Small men today have the three-point line, which helps, and Michael's deadly with it.
Red again.
Would have been storybook.
That would have given him 60 in the victory. What a game tonight. John, I just had a flashback. We were in Utah when Karl Malone scored 61. Michael Redd, a Bucks record 57 against the Jazz tonight.
That's right, and this was just as good.